Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to Iron Health Fitness. I'm Ryan and today I want to tell you about two of my favorite bicep moves I've been using for the past 4 weeks in my programming. I want to give you 2 reasons why they're better than probably most of the standard bicep variations that you might be doing or have been doing for years now. And we'll quickly go through what you should kind of be looking for in any accessory movement that you're trying to build muscle with. So let's get right into it. All right, so in this first variation, it's gonna be similar to a standard cable curl. But instead of how everybody does it, and you're facing the rack, I want you to first turn around because right away you can see when I turn around, now at the bottom position, the force is actively pulling my elbow and arm behind my body. That's key for 2 points. 1, you're hitting that lengthened position with a lot of force still. That gets tiring as you're just holding that line of action, that line of force at the bottom of that rep. 2, your bicep, specifically your long head, attaches into your shoulder. So therefore, since it attaches to your shoulder, by putting your shoulder in extension behind your body, you're also more maximally stretching that bicep head specifically. So by stretching the long head and by having your bicep at a very stretched position at the bottom of the range of motion, where it's also hardest in this variation, you have both factors for growth. This is what we want in an accessory movement. We want something where we don't have to load a ton of weight and look like an idiot. Let's be honest, if you're doing ego reps with bicep curls, no one cares how much you curl. They care what your biceps look like. So by doing this variation, yes, you will have to do less weight. And as you can see, I have only a single cable stack because I have a home gym. But at a normal gym on a functional trainer, you can do both handles at once. I would set the trolley or the cable stack thing that slides up and down right about hand level. But for me, since I'm doing one hand, I set it all the way at the bottom. But you can see each rep I'm also emphasizing something else. And that movement would be called supination, meaning my pinky at the top of each rep, I'm trying to drive my pinky to the outside of my body, like I'm flipping my wrist over. That is the main movement of your biceps. They love something called supination, and they obviously flex your elbow. So by getting all the way behind your body, you're hitting that biceps long head. Specifically, you're stretching the bicep maximally, and at the top of the rep, if you focus on your pinky driving through, boom, you got exactly what I said, both factors for growth. All right, now let's look at the next variation that will be even more sick and twisted in terms of the stretch you can get. So let's check it out. All right, so for this one, I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with the dumbbell incline bicep curl. Now that one's okay, but still at the bottom of the rep, the stretch is okay. So what we're gonna do is get a flat bench and we're gonna lay all the way down on it. Then you're gonna do a bicep curl. So you can see here, same kind of elements as the cable curl variation. At the bottom, you have maximal stretch. Your elbows are in, or your shoulders, are in full extension. And you have a sick and twisted stretch at the bottom of every single rep. Yes, you will have to go lighter. Yes, you might not look as cool at the gym and you might have an ego blow. But who the frick cares, because you'll come back in about 4 weeks if you do proper periodization and your biceps will be looking way sicker. That's the key here. It's not always about putting up so much weight on accessory movements. You want to have control and you want to accentuate the lengthened position and pause at the bottom of every rep. You don't need momentum. You really want to get that lengthened position dialed in. That will lead to the most growth and the most gains. All right, so there it is. Those 2 elements, the lengthened position, accentuating that, pausing at the bottom, not getting momentum, but more so designing your movements, your accessory movements, designing them around these elements of having a position at the bottom where the muscle is most lengthened, being the hardest, is gonna give you the most bang for your buck. That's what I wanted to teach you here. And those 2 variations are obviously a very simple way of seeing that, because like I said in the beginning, when you think about a normal dumbbell bicep curl, at the bottom, yes, you're fully lengthened, but you can hold it. That's not the point. You want that to be the maximal tension if you can. It's not always possible for every single movement, obviously, right? But where you can, this is what you should try to employ in your training for accessory movements if you're trying to get bigger. These are not the only 2 examples I have for movements like this. So let me know in the comments below if you want me to do something for triceps, because I have plenty of those for that. Quads, shoulders, any of these type of movements where maybe you have been doing the classic variations for very, very long, right? Maybe not seeing the gains you want to see. Let's go through, let's make them scientifically better, and in the same process, getting you stronger and getting you smarter, because that's what this channel is all about. So if you like this type of content, I'd appreciate if you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.